Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're heading out of Paphos. We've come up Mosoy Avenue and we're heading up towards Tasada. That'll be 2,000 metres above sea level. It can get a bit of the white stuff, but not normally at this time of year. Although it still can be a little bit nippy around the ankles and around the ears on an evening time, should we say. Great place to live. Lots of people have got houses up here, and lots of people come and rent villas in the summer because it's a little bit cooler. But it's a long walk to Paphos. You definitely need a hire car if you are up here. Lots of people have been asking about hire cars, by the way, and the people we're recommending at the moment are Chris Car Hire, and his main branch, got a big branch in Coral Bay as well, by the way. It's literally across to the Coral Bay Hotel and Resort in Lower Coral Bay, just down from the beach. But Chris is an honest man. I've known him for about 14 years now. I've hired cars off him. I know many other people have hired cars off him, and he's a reasonable man. The cars are pretty new, certainly by Cypriot standards, 3-4 year old. Massive array of different cars, from mini convertibles to big limousines. If you want a 5 Series BMW, he's got a couple of them. He's got some smaller four-wheel drives, and he's even got a couple of Land Cruisers if you wanted to go somewhere on an expedition. But don't forget to tell him, otherwise, you know, he might be going to total his car. So we are ascending up the big hill known as Tasada Hill, and not much traffic around, as you may have noticed. It's that funny time of day. It's a couple of hours before lunch, so the crescendo, as I say, hasn't started yet. And often you get stuck behind a lorry or a big truck of traffic. But as you can see, we've got a nice clear drive, and we are ascending up to Tasada. We're then going to drop down towards Stroumpi, then we're going to climb up, and then we're going to take a left towards Tasada, and then we're going to head out towards the end of Cathecus. We're going to go to a roads, and we're going to head out towards India. That's where we are going today, on Paul's Travels, as we say. So let's go and check on those breakfast sofas, and let's see who's coming with us for the ride. I think Lady so sweet, she's sitting in the back seat with her bottom on a memory foam pillow. Sitting next to her, she's just poured him a tot or two, is Lord Nigel. Big guns. It's going to get a bit tight because we've got double trouble in the back as well. Lord Nigel, shove you up a bit because the Juppa boys are in town, Lord Simon and Lord Jeremy, and they're shimming on up to you, and they're having a bit of a chin wag, aren't they? There we go. Dame Anne, she's sitting in the trunk, and of course she's got with her the superstar known as Anna Star, who's got a husband with her and a son, because they're coming down to Paphos for a holiday very, very soon. Here we are. This is Tasada. If you were to take a right there, you go up to Tasada village, and lots of nice villas on the left hand side, as you can see, with spectacular views out towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. Forgive the road surface, a little bit uneven in this area, and well, there's been a few comments about this road because at night time it's not very well lit, and they don't tend to put this glassy stuff, as I call it, into the white lines either, so there's not much of a reflection. But if you drive within the speed limits, it says 80 there, so if you drive about 65 to 70 kilometers an hour, it's not a bad road. And on top of that, at night time, there's not much traffic on it. Most people are frantically racing along this road between 5:30 and 6:30, but the moment it gets to about 7 o'clock, the traffic, well, it's pretty much non-existent, to be honest. So there'll probably just be you and well, maybe someone coming the other way now and again. So take your time on the road, and you'll be perfectly safe. The travel time from Paphos to Polis, if you're curious, is around about 25 to 30 minutes at the speed limits. And well, we haven't had any bad accidents on this road for a couple of years, to be honest now. And whenever there is an accident on this road, I'm not trying to scare anybody, normally it's because of someone's stupidity. No one's going way too fast, and then they take chances trying to overtake you, and well, you know, we all know what happens. But touch wood, this year none of that shenanigans has gone on this road, and I hope everyone who travels on the road has a safe experience, because it's a nice road. It really is a nice road if you drive at sensible speed limits, and if you get stuck behind someone, well, drop back and just accept it, because you're not going to get there any faster, as I say. And I know I sound like a road safety campaigner, But to be honest, I'm trying to make everyone drive that a little bit slower, because you're not going to get faster. You really aren't. All you're going to do is use more petrol, use more of your brakes, and get more and more frustrated. So sit back and relax. Cyprus is a relaxing island. Normally there's sunbeaming in the sunshine. Get your aircon on, all your windows down, and just enjoy it. Because most people who come to Cyprus are here on holiday. There we go. Nice bit of chipboard that's dropped off the back of a lorry or something there. So here we are driving along, and if you're curious to know what this piece of white paper here, there it is. That is the MOT and the service bill for the man's car that we are delivering back. So if anyone's watching, by the way, I'm going to plug the business a bit now. You know, if you live in the Outer Hebrides, if you want someone to come and collect your car, get your car serviced, get your car bodywork done, whatever it might be, we do full mechanics and full car bodywork, and you live in the middle of nowhere, well, you phone me up and we'll pop up, give you a price, and we'll collect your car and we'll bring your car back to you. And there's nobody else on the island that offers that service for sure, and I mean nobody else. And obviously, if English is your first language, well, English is my first language. I know it's not that good, my English, but unfortunately for me, Marika's been stealing my English now for 5 years. So it's weakening, shall we say. But I do speak a bit of the old Greeky, not a lot. I do speak a little bit of Russian, and I do speak a little bit of Welsh. So, Nostar Boyo, there we go. Right, we're starting our descent now into the village of Stroumpi. Again, these bends here are a little bit tricky, so take your foot off, drive nice and sensibly, and be aware of people coming the other way, because sometimes they misjudge the bends and appear on your side of the road. So be aware, shall we say. And if you need a bit of benzene, well, as we come round this next bend, there will be a benzene station. So that's a petrol station to you and me in plain simple English. And if you're curious to know how the channel is funded, well, on that note, if you click through to our About page, you will find a little icon that says Buy Me a Coffee. Many people do click through to it, and we appreciate and thank you very much for that. We liquefy your cash and we drop it in the tank, and of course we keep driving around making these videos especially for you. And if there's a special video that you would like, if there's somewhere you want us to go special, well, hit that icon 2, 3, 4 times, and guess what? Drop in the comments and that video will come especially for you. Stroumpi, here we are, downtown Stroumpi, and we're going to work our way up. Let's see what the price of benzene is today, shall we? If you're in a diesel like me, 149.9, so 150. So what's that? £6.50, £7 a gallon. So about $9 a gallon. Not cheap, is it? That's for sure. But it has come down, hasn't it? Again, I warn you about speeding. There's a speed camera sign there. I've never seen a speed camera ban on this road, but just up yonder is the police station, and now and again the captain, when he's run out of frappe, does pop out and stand just up yonder with his speed gun, and he pulls you over. Normally he's pulling over 10 at a time, so we have someone standing with him writing the tickets out. He likes to stand right there, so as you can see, he can pull you in. Well, he flags you in, and one of his partners in crime writes the tickets for you. Well, they don't write them anymore, they print them out on one of these mobile printing machine things. Who knows what it is. So if you take a left there, you go into Stroumpi village, a couple of tavernas, a couple of churches, new church and an old church. We're going to keep going, and we're going to head up towards the top of Stroumpi. And as we exit, before we drop down towards Polis, we are going to take a left and turn up towards Paphos. So if you've enjoyed the drive, perhaps you'd like to come back for the next one, and it will conclude in Inia village. So we've not been there before on the channel. We've been in and around Paphos a few times, but Inia is a very nice village, by the way, and they're doing major improvements to the roads and infrastructure. And a couple of nice tavernas in there, and quite a few expats who live in there. And I know there's 1 or 2 holiday villas and apartments up there to rent, so obviously people do go up there and have a holiday. Obviously a very relaxing holiday indeed. And remember, well, you're going to need some sort of transport. So back to Chris Car Rentals, he's the man that I would go to. Vast array of cars and very sensible price. You can get a car off him for about €30 a day, something like a Nissan Note, and quite a good Nissan Note, not a scruffy old battered one as well. If you want a half decent car, like, I don't know, what should we say, a Honda HRV, something like that, newish shape, he's probably going to hit you for about 45 to 50 euros a day. He's got mini convertibles, I think they're 45 euros a day. So quite a good array of cars. Chris Car Rental, and if you're looking for him, Papa Antonio supermarket in the back streets to the Paphos Promenade, and they literally are hanging out next door to the Leptos Basilica Resort, so pretty easy to find. So we're exiting Stroumpi village. You've got the Oak Trees Taverna on the left hand side, and we are going to turn left and head up towards Cathicus. Cathicus is 5 kilometers and Inia is 12 kilometers. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, hit that like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter insanity. If you want a bit of metal works done, like a canopy or a carport, that could be the man to go to on the left hand side. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon.